little bit and getting concentrated and getting focused on this subject. तो थोड़ा सा हम लोग शुरुआत करते हैं बैठ के. Sit straight. Close your eyes. Both your hands on the knees. You may want to keep them in some mudra, Yan mudra, Chin mudra, whatever you are used to. Your back straight. Pull your ribs up, shoulders roll back. Elbows loose. Neck pulled up, chin little inside. Find your easy breath in this easy sitting position. Take one deep, long breath in, and we'll chant one long Om with a prolonged Ma. Om. We'll start with one prayer. This is a prayer for Rishi Patanjali. You may chant in your mind along with me. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakaruttam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi avahupushakaram shankhachakrasiddharinam sahasrashirsham shvetam pranamami patanjalim pranamami patanjalim pranamami patanjalim. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Rub your palms, close your eyes. And get ready for this wonderful experience which you're going to have for today and tomorrow and the follow-up session. I almost know all of you. So I don't need an introduction except for Arjun. But for the sake of all the participants to know each other, I would want you to have a short introduction, small introduction. Just your name is already there, where you belong to, which place, and what do you do in life, and what is the thing which you are looking for in this Sanskar Bhedan workshop. What exactly are you looking for in this workshop of Sanskar Bhedan? ठीक है, तो शुरू करते हैं. प्राजक्ता से शुरू करेंगे.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. प्राजक्ता नाईक. YPI जस्ट फिनिश केलंय सर. आणि आपल्या योग शिबिर मध्ये घेते मी क्लासेस आता सध्या. आणि संस्कार भेदन म्हणून मला माझ्या माइंडचा पीस आणि आपलं कसं असायला हवं लाईफ कशा प्रकारे केलं पाहिजे, जगलं पाहिजे. So I'm
Okay.
looking for that.
Okay. So you're looking at mental peace and how to
Yes.
live life.
Yes.
Okay. You are already a teacher and teaching at some Shivyo Kendra. Very nice.
Yes. Yes.
Project. Great, great. So, Srinivasan sir,
Yes, good afternoon, sir. I am
good
in.
afternoon.
I am already in the 8:15 to 9:15 yoga group.
Senior
I
citizen
want
group. Very
senior
nice.
citizen. Yeah, I would like to know संस्कार वेदन में और क्या मतलब I can get benefit so that I can lead a peaceful life like that. So
Good, good,
I'm interested to know what is in Sanskar Bhedan, new thing to
good.
know.
I'm sure, I
Thank
think
you.
that's a good approach to know what exactly Sanskar Bhedan is. There has been a lot of promotion of this workshop and with the name of Lord Patanjali, and Patanjali is a name which we hear a lot nowadays in connection with yoga philosophy. So we would want to know more. Definitely, definitely. Or
Thank you, sir.
yes, Arjun, Arjunji,
Hi, good afternoon, everybody.
good
So,
afternoon, Arjun.
hi. So, am I, can you see me?
We can
And,
see your camera has got other data.
okay.
Yeah,
Yes. So, for me, this is new. I have never been to any yoga class. So,
great,
for me, Sanskar Bhedan is, I want to know what is it, and I want
correct.
to learn about it. So,
Got it.
this 2 days, I'm going to
How did you
be,
know about this through the promotion, Facebook promotion or something?
actually, my wife is your student.
Okay.
So, Arya
Who is your
Darvi.
Arya? Okay. Ah,
Yes.
but I remember
So,
you.
yes. So she is the one who has introduced me to this, and I'm looking towards 2 days to learn as a student and to take a few things which can be in a daily life implemented in order to
Definitely, definitely.
make your
You
life
have,
more happy.
I know, what I know about you is you have got wonderful two star kids
Yes,
and two
yeah,
children, two
yeah. We are in
daughters.
Bangalore now. Yes, they
Oh,
are
you're in
getting
Bangalore.
trained. Yes, they are getting
Yeah.
trained in Bangalore. Yes,
Okay, she's getting trained for national swimming.
yes, yes,
Great,
yes.
great. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I
Thank you,
remember we
sir.
had a meeting. We had a meeting with
Yes,
you, all of you, three of you.
yes,
We did have a small introduction of this Sanskar Bhedan thing at that time. And what I
sure.
remember was that something which was picked up by your daughter very well, and it had solved her problem, and that had helped her to,
Yeah.
the hurdle.
Yes, yes.
Good,
She's
good.
doing well, and I think we hope to see her soon. Yeah. Thanks a
Great,
lot. Thank you.
great, great. Nice, nice. Nice to see you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
Abhirami.
Namaste, sir. Namaste.
Namaste.
I am Abhirami from Kumbakonam. It's from
Yes,
Tamil Nadu. I did protocol instructor YPA from NAI Institute, and I did MA Yoga Shastra also in successful way by the support of you and ma'am.
it was nice
And
to meet you last year
yeah, I
in
don't
Mumbai.
know about what is this workshop, but I had no little things about in yoga way. But I read the message from you. If you want to change in your life, you can
Correct.
attend the workshop. So that words only I joined immediately in this workshop because we know many things, but we can't apply in day-to-day life. So
Exactly.
only
Exactly. That
we
is
know, but
exactly the reason
can't.
why you should be here.
We couldn't.
Very
We couldn't applying. That is the main problem for yogis who knows something than ordinary people. So only I joined, sir. I hope I will get something
surely, surely
good.
you will get. Surely
Thank you.
you will get. Yes, Abhirami. I think
Happy
what
to.
you hit the nail on right, right, because everyone knows a little bit. Even the teachers, they are aware of the no, they have the knowledge of yoga, they have the knowledge of Patanjali Yoga Sutra also. But how to apply that to the day-to-day life? That is the main question. And being a teacher with all this knowledge is good, but you have to get that knowledge in your day-to-day life. That is more important.
Even
So there has to
even
be
we
some
can
technology. Yoga is a
we
science, but
can
there has to be some technology to apply it in your day-to-day life. Great. Yes.
even we can teach to others and tell them more
Yes, certainly.
advice, but we
There will be
can't.
time. I'm surely looking at teachers like you who can teach to others, not immediately. First, you have to apply to yourself, get it
Yeah.
perfected, use it effectively so that you can resolve things in your life. You can make your life beautiful, and maybe later on you can definitely apply. Yes, Arjun, you can keep your camera off for some time, but when there is interaction, you please come in. No problem. Yes, Sham.
Yes, sir. Namo Nama.
Namo Nama. How are
So
you?
myself is a Sham Khot. So आपको तो मालूम है. Just I have finished the YPI batch 42, and now I'm not taking any classes, but my
Okay.
purpose is to get more knowledge in this. So I will continue next level 2, 3, whatever is my target. And
Correct.
now I just I joined your class Sanskar Bhedan. Just I have no idea about this Sanskar Bhedan class. So what is the class and content, and how it is helpful to change ourselves.
Correct.
And my purpose is not only the physiological change with the help of yoga. So we have to change internally, that is psychological also, as per the
Absolutely.
mind. Yes. So
Absolutely.
in point of view, I have joined this, and to go, I'm interested to get more knowledge about this.
Got it. So I think you are right in that it's not only about yoga is not only about asana and pranayam, which you do, physically. These are physical actions or physical routines, practical techniques. It is also about applying it to your mind, because yoga all over the world, it is known that it's the psychology. Yoga psychology is one of the it's the oldest psychology, and it is said that where the modern psychology ends, Patanjali Yoga Sutra starts from there. It has survived 2200 years. So that is the, you can say, the authenticity of that science. Only thing is, as we go ahead, I will talk more about it. Why it is difficult for a common man to understand it. So that's why the common man is not got into, but there are many people nowadays who are interested in that. Thank you, Sham. Yes, Vrinda.
Good afternoon, all.
Good
Namaste. My name is
afternoon.
Vrinda Pasula. I live in Mumbai, and I am sort of, I have a full-blown corporate career, family as well. And lately, I've realized there's a need to get more and more mental clarity, a mental peace, mental clarity. Doesn't necessarily mean that there's some problem or some issue, but we just realize that there's so many things which get piled on in our minds over the years. And to be able to just be the best version of you have to keep addressing your internal needs. So that is something which I have felt, and I have heard about the Sanskar Bhedan class. Nitin sir has himself recommended that to me. So yeah, here I am, just like most of you. I don't know much about Patanjali Yoga or Sanskar Bhedan class, but just wanted to learn, and have been finding it tough to get 2 days on one weekend, straight, which luckily was possible this time. So I'm really
Great,
happy that I'm here.
great,
I
great.
do yoga class as well with New Age Yoga, which is taken in my society here in Powai. So that's there. Meditation, I try to join if I can. I'm always a passive student, I think, for the meditation class. But yeah, I'm hoping to maybe to reach a different level in my mind. Uh,
Good,
after
good.
this workshop.
I think that's
Yeah.
a good goal to have, Brinda. I'm sure
Yeah.
you will find a lot of juice in this course and a lot of things to think. Just give me a minute. There's someone at the door. So yes, you use some right words like get your higher version. Maybe we had a talk about it, and I had told you a brief thing about the Sanskar Bhedan. Yes, it is about that. So here we are. Now we are starting. I'll appreciate apart. I mean, Arjun, he has already told me about his unavailability on video, but other Sham and Abhirami, I'll appreciate if we can see each other, because this course is more about talking to each other, finding more about each other, and as Brinda said, or most of you said, that it's not really any specific problem that I am joining this workshop for, but it is for a mental peace. Yes, I'm going to make that as a starting point for the workshop. It is not, we in our life, we are not really having, we are not ready to accept that we are having any problems. Shall I put it this way? However, if we scratch the surface और हम लोग थोड़ा सा अंदर झांक के देखेंगे, everyone has problems. It's only that we have reconciled with the problems. We have found our own way to deal with the problem. And there is really no space. There is not even with your home people, mind you, not even with your spouse. Your spouse can be the nearest, because your spouse is your mirror, and spouse is able to see you and also has the right and authority to reflect to you, to tell you what you are, if you are open to the feedbacks which you receive from the spouse. But over a period of time, this relationship also becomes a little gulgulit. This becomes a little, the right word is, it becomes opaque. So coming to Patanjali Yoga Sutra, as I've given you the introduction. Every time actually I find a new set of people, it gives me extra energy, because each person comes to this workshop from a different background. My last workshop last month was an entirely different kind of people coming from different strata of society. This workshop is again coming. It's something different set of people. So it's very interesting to interact with you all. So Patanjali Yoga Sutra, some of you have done your YPI basic level, or some of you know a little bit about it, that Patanjali was a sage. He was a yogi in the years approximately around 184 to 200 BC. So it's about 2200 years ago. And at that time, he wrote 195 aphorisms called as sutras. These are very concise, full of meaning, connected to each other words, or you can say they are Sanskrit shlokas, not even shlokas, they are words, because there is no rhyme in that. It's not a poetry. It's not even can be called as a shlok. But these are very concise. It can be fitted on a two-side A4 sheet also if you want. But it is so full of meaning that it required commentators. The first commentator of this Patanjali Yoga Sutra was Vyas, Rishi Vyas. You must have heard about Vyas at different occasions. So he wrote a commentary, and even his commentary was in Sanskrit. So to understand his commentary also, there were a lot of commentators. Now, since then, there have been so many commentaries written on Patanjali Yoga Sutra. The notable ones being Swami Vivekanand, Off late, Dr. Jaydev, Swami Niranjanand, Swami Satyanand Saraswati, B.K.S. Iyengar, and uh, one of the very important ones is Hariharanand Aranyak, which is a commentary on Vyas Bhashya. Why is this commentary required? Because it is impossible to understand what Patanjali wants to say unless there is someone who can come and explain to a person at a common man level. Now, what Patanjali intends to tell you, or rather for whom this Patanjali Yoga Sutra is, for the people who are looking at liberation or Kaivalya. Okay. Now tell me, how many of you want Kaivalya here, very frankly? Nobody. Nobody wants really Kaivalya. It is an unknown thing. It is something which you have not heard of. You can't think about it. You cannot imagine what it is. Yeah, all of us will say, okay, don't give me Kaivalya, but tell me how to solve my day-to-day problems. Yeah. No, I have my very, very little small issues, which is like I get angry, I can't wake up on time, I eat more than what I require, or I don't feel hungry. I mean, these are the small issues which we want to resolve. We are not really interested in the Kaivalya. Now, these are the issues which we face in our day-to-day life in this era. So can you imagine that every era would be having its own set of problems? Own set of problems for grihasthis who are having a house, who are having a family, who is having work. They have to work for their living. They have to provide to their family, meet their needs, give happiness to the family. And we have our own set of values. We have our own set of what you can say is strategies for making our life successful. Now, someone works, someone does seva, someone teaches, someone has now each one has got his own way of leading life. So why has Patanjali given this complicated thing called Kaivalya? Because that is something which is common for each of these eras. Whether you go, whether you understand it from the 6th century, 7th, 6th to 8th century, where Adi Shankaracharya wrote something on Patanjali, or you go to 13th, 14th century, where maybe some of these Hatha Yogis understood Raj Yoga, what it is, that is Patanjali, or maybe it was a little recently like Swami Vivekananda who wrote. Everyone had that in mind. Why? Because at the deeper level, all the problems which we are facing have a roots at something very basic, which Patanjali touches upon, which Patanjali talks about. These are some basic things about your mind, the basic principles about your mind, which will apply at any age, in any era, and for any person, in any situation. So if you understand those basics, it's like understanding the basics of some game which you are already playing, but you don't know how to play it. So if you understand the basics of this game, then I'm sure you'll be able to have a good grasp on your life. You'll be able to have a good hold and have a ready solution for everything in your life. It is only up to you to carry out, only up to you to put that solution and put the things in place. Okay. So with this introduction, now let us start. Today, for some part of this workshop, I'm going to explain certain concepts to you. So maybe you may feel a little bored, but wherever you feel bored, you can just stop me and say, give me some examples, or whichever way you want to interrupt me, you can interrupt me. Okay, no problem. But you need to understand these concepts. Okay, so we are talking about the workshop called Sanskar Bhedan. Why we have chosen this word Sanskar Bhedan? It's a Sanskrit word. So very simply, the name has been chosen because it is based on some Sanskrit scripture called Patanjali Yoga Sutra. That's why the name has been called as Sanskar Bhedan. Otherwise, the tagline, it can be also called as deprogramming of the mind. Okay. So the moment we say deprogramming of the mind, we have to understand that there is already some programming which is existing in our mind. Is it not? So what kind of programming do we face in our life? Can we just have some interaction on this? How is our mind programmed? Can we have some interaction on this? Why do we say that our mind is programmed? किस प्रकार का प्रोग्रामिंग हमारे माइंड के ऊपर हो गया है?
I think throughout childhood, and I think most of our conditioning, begins at very young age, even before we are aware that we are being conditioned through what we hear, how to behave, how to express yourself, what is right, what is wrong, what not to do, so that others don't perceive one in a wrong way.
Hmm.
So I think I would like to maybe summarize all of this by saying that we are actually taught unintentionally, of course, but we are taught and conditioned to actually operate ourselves through the lens of how society would ideally want a person living in the society to behave like. And and of course, it's not always bad. Sometimes it can be done sensitively, but many times it's not done with that kind of sensitivity. So people end up having certain deep-rooted beliefs to their childhood.
What you are
Sometimes even
trying to
trauma.
say, what you are
Sorry?
trying to say is we are playing our lives for the society, for maybe looking good, or for conforming to societal rules. So for that there are some programs which have been installed in us. Yes, in a way, definitely that is one way of looking at it. We do conform to a lot of societal programs. और भी हो सकता है कोई चीजें, और भी कुछ चीजें हो सकती है, जैसे कि see, we develop likes and dislikes throughout our life. We have good and bad experiences throughout our life. When I say good and bad experiences, it means I have some experience which gives me pleasure, and I have some experience which gives me pain. Can we think of any experience which gives pleasure? What kind of experience? I'm not talking of, we can talk generally, need not talk specifically about our own life, but what kind of experience gives pleasure?
I think the joy of a fulfilled relationship that gives one pleasure.
Yeah, fulfilling relationship. Yes, maybe a certain incident which gave you that feeling of a good relation with somebody, with some person. At that particular incident or event, which created that feeling, yes, I have a very good relationship with this person. That gives a feeling of pleasure. More simpler pleasures are there.
Eating food that you like.
Gives pleasure.
Yes, yes.
This is one of the best variety of mangoes which I got from one of my friends. I tell you, it is so good, so good. Once I start, I can't stop eating this. Okay. And this is one of the, someone has said that if there is any pleasure in life, real pleasure in life, it is like eating the Hapus Alfonso mango of the best quality. Is it not?
Yes.
So this is one of the simple pleasures of life. What else? What else can be?
Taking a long drive.
Sorry? Yeah, going for a long drive. Yes. Going for a long drive. That can give pleasure to somebody. Definitely. Why not? Enjoying nature. Yes, Nivansh.
Going to different places,
Going to
different places for
Yes,
sightseeing and all. It is
visiting, sightseeing. Yeah, we just had been to this place called Sikkim, and it was a wonderful thing. Natural beauty to its at its best, and it
I
was
have
really pleasure.
I have visited, sir, already Sikkim.
Great, great. So you must be, you
Yeah,
will acknowledge that's one
yeah,
of the
yeah.
best
Yes.
places, one of the best places I've experienced in India at least, even outside India. So nature beauty, experiencing nature's beauty. Yes. What else? Yes, Abhirami, what do you want to say? Anything really? I mean, you can think about it and say that, okay, this thing gives really good pleasure.
Listening good music, good
Absolutely. Listening to very good music
music.
gives good pleasure.
Thanks.
Why not? Listening to good music gives pleasure. Sometimes when you're tired, a short nap also gives a good pleasure, right?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Even
Attending a
completing,
family function or
Yeah. What else? What else?
To be loud.
to be loud.
Sorry, Abhirami.
To be loud.
To be loud.
Loved.
Be loved. Okay, yes. Be loved. It is one of the greatest pleasure. What Vrinda put it in a little different way. Relationship. Yes. To be in a
And
relationship, to find love for yourself from others. Maybe your family member or anyone outside, or your children or your parents. Yes, to be loved is a great pleasure. Yes.
and zero desires.
With zero desire. Okay, unconditional love. You are going you are going a little spiritual way. Yes. Conditional or
Uh,
unconditional. I would say feeling loved is a great pleasure. It's a feeling of pleasure.
Even accomplishing a task, actually.
Absolutely. When you are having a goal and when you accomplish, especially when it's a difficult task and you accomplish it, it gives you immense pleasure. And that is why, people do set goals, because many times people don't set goals to really achieve what they want, but they just want to have the pleasure of achievement. ऐसा भी हो सकता है. Okay, so going ahead, this is one thing. Similarly, can you think of some basic level of pains? Pleasure तो हो गया, लेकिन pains भी हो सकता है.
Not achieving your targets.
Absolutely, not achieving target, failing at your task. That's that feeling of failure. It's a pain. No one wants to have a feeling of failure. Though it is always philosophized that failure is a step in learning. All these things are fine. You ought to think that way. But when you fail, really, you don't feel good about it. There is a pain. There is a pain. What else? Simpler things, simple things in failure.
when anybody hurt our feelings,
Anybody?
hurt our
Hurt,
feelings.
hurts. Yeah. Anybody says negative things about you, or they hurt your feeling. They say something which you are, there is some personal things which comments about you which you don't like. Definitely, there is a failure. There is a pain. You don't want that pain. Okay. What else? Someone criticizes you.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
How about a simple, really a health issue or a
Health issues,
genuine,
pain.
genuine pain?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't want any physical pain of body or any physical condition of ill health. It is not something which you want. So anything which is a cause of ill health, anything which is a cause of bad uh, health condition, you would want to avoid that. Point is, you will like to avoid all the things which give you pain, and you would like to attract all the things which give you pleasure in life. Very simple philosophy. There's nothing complicated about it. But let me tell you, this is the very basic. If you understand that, this is the very basic philosophy or the base of Patanjali Yoga Sutra. And now I'm going to differentiate between two words, which is pain and misery. Dukh or yatana. Yeah, dukh. You can use these two words, no problem. Can you differentiate between these two words? What is dukh and what is yatana? Misery.
Probably it has a reference of time. So, something that you feel over a period of time for many years, you kind of wallow in a feeling, then it could lead to misery or yatana. And if it's a short-lived, if you're able to resolve it, then it could be a short-term dukh.
Maybe. What if I say that you are facing so many pains in life, but your life is not miserable because of each of them. Okay? Having a bad government is a pain, but you are not feeling miserable because of it. It is not affecting your day-to-day life. Okay. Suppose you have a bad cook. A practical example. You have a bad cook and you have to eat that food every day. It's a pain for you, but it's not miserable. It's not making your life, it is not causing any misery to you. However, sometimes a small pain can cause a lot of misery. Okay, you are sitting here, and after sitting for a long time, your legs become heavy, numb, and you face pain in your legs and your back. For that small pain also, you are feeling miserable momentarily. What do? You change your position and you remove that pain. Is it not? So for that moment, that misery is experienced by you. So I'm giving these two examples just to give you a discrimination between pain and misery. तो हमारे जिंदगी में बहुत सारी दुख हैं, बट सारे ही दुख जो है वो हमको यातना नहीं देते. To philosophize it a little bit more, to philosophize this concept a little more, Buddha said, your birth, or even why Buddha, even Patanjali said, your birth itself is caused due to pain. दुख की वजह से ही आपका जन्म हुआ है. But do you have misery out of it? No, you don't have misery out of it. Taking this example a little further, or taking this concept a little further. Suppose you have some kind of a life problem. When I say life problem, it means that you are struggling with your inability to, do something in your work. You are unable to do something in your work. You're weak, basically. I'm taking a very simple example. Suppose you are weak in your math. That's a pain for you. But you have learned to be put up with it, learn to manage it, and that is not no longer a misery for you. But that pain remains. Pain is still there. Okay. So this is the distinction between pain and misery. Why I want to introduce you to this concept of pain and misery, because in the beginning of this workshop, I asked you, why have you joined this workshop? So most of you said, I want to have peace in life, or I want to have more knowledge about Patanjali. And when you complete this workshop, you're going to go back and say, when I joined this workshop, I did not have any problems, but when I'm leaving this workshop, I am having a lot of problems. Would you want to stop the workshop and go back now? Some of you may want to do that, but let me explain to you further. कि आपने ये वर्कशॉप को ज्वाइन किया ये सोच के कुछ मिलेगा, कुछ इंक्विजिटिव है आप उसके बारे में, बट व्हेन यू गो बैक आफ्टर tomorrow 6 o'clock, you'll realize that you have a lot of problems. And let me tell you that realization itself is not a problem. It's a good news. It is a good news because why you will realize, आप कब realize करते हैं कि ये मेरा problem है? When you have a tool to resolve that problem. When you, मैं आपको एक सिंपल उदाहरण देता हूँ. आजकल तो ऐसे बहुत सारे ऑनलाइन वर्कशॉप होते हैं, घर में बैठ के करते हैं. सपोज यू अटेंड अ वर्कशॉप टू मैनेज योर पर्सनल फाइनेंसेस और मैनेज योर फाइनेंसेस. आपको पता है कि आपके फाइनेंसेस इतने कोई ठीक से आपने मैनेज किया नहीं है, तो आप वर्कशॉप अटेंड करते हैं. इनिशियली आप क्या बोलते हैं, मुझे जरा थोड़ा इसके बारे में जानना है. जरा है बकते उसको इसके बारे में थोड़ा मुझे जानना है. बट वर्कशॉप होने के बाद क्या होता है, आपको नॉलेज मिलता है कि क्या क्या अच्छा फाइनेंस होना मतलब क्या क्या होना चाहिए लाइफ में. एंड यू ऑल्सो हैव अ सोल्यूशन. अगर ये प्रॉब्लम है तो इसको ये सोल्यूशन होना चाहिए, ये प्रॉब्लम है तो मुझे ये सोल्यूशन होना चाहिए. सो एट द एंड ऑफ द वर्कशॉप यू से, I'm not saying now that I don't have any problem. I have this problem, this problem, this problem, this problem, but I'm going to now work on it. So you have a strategy to work towards or work to solve that problem. So when you get a solution for the problem, you will realize or you will acknowledge more problems in life. जो भी आपने कारपेट के नीचे डाल दिया है वो एक एक करके बाहर आएंगे चीज. क्यों? क्योंकि आप उसके साथ निपट सकते हैं. You can resolve, you can solve those problems. That you will have that power or you will have that strength. You would have learned that technique. And that is exactly what is going to be done in this workshop. Okay. So with this little introduction, little longish introduction, more than 40 minutes introduction. Now we are going to learn some concepts. Sanskar Bhedan. What exactly is Sanskar? संस्कार मतलब क्या? संस्कार मतलब प्रोग्रामिंग. It means some kind of program which has or some kind of mental impression which is imprinted on the mind over a period of time. As Vrinda said, that in the childhood there are so many things which are imprinted on our mind. So we are unaware of that. But every action, every speech, every intent leaves an impression on our mind. Patanjali has a special word for this mind because mind is only a perception tool. Actual thing over that what we are dealing with is our chitta. And chitta has got the sanskar. Chitta has got ahead हम लोग जो बात करेंगे वासना and क्लेश and all these things. It has got some content. Mind by itself is just a mirror. Okay? But content is carried by the chitta. So chitta has got sanskar imprinted on that. So what does that do? What does that sanskar do? There are good sanskars and there are bad sanskar. Good संस्कार तो अपने को पता है ना, वर्चुअस संस्कार हम लोग सीखते हैं. चोरी नहीं करना है, अपना काम टाइम पे करना है, सुबह जल्दी उठना है, खाने में ये खाना है तो आपको हेल्दी. सो दीज आर सम गुड हैबिट्स which are inculcated. Why these good habits are inculcated? So that you are protected from all the dangers of the life. Okay? अगर आप अच्छा लाइफस्टाइल रखेंगे तो आप बीमार नहीं पड़ेंगे. अगर आपने अच्छा बर्ताव रखा तो आपका रिलेशनशिप दूसरे के साथ अच्छा बनेगा. तो these are all some good virtues or virtuous sanskar. And similarly, there are some bad or vicious sanskars, like stealing, harming, indulging, deceiving, manipulating people. All these are bad or negative sanskars. Everyone knows that. तो ये हो गए संस्कार. नेक्स्ट कंसेप्ट इज अबाउट वासना. तो वासना मतलब क्या है? हर एक जो संस्कार बनता है, इम्प्रिंट अपने माइंड के ऊपर जब बनता है, तब उसके साथ एक फीलिंग अटैच्ड होती है. देयर इज अ फीलिंग अटैच्ड विद एवरी संस्कार. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, when you developed a good habit, when an imprint of good habit, when you were very small and when you started walking, people acknowledged you and that became a positive sanskar for you. Similarly, when you first time went to the toilet by your own self, it was a victory. Okay. Now that victory has become a positive feeling, and till now, till today, you have that connection to that victory, and that positive sanskar has been formed to have good toilet habit. Okay. Or similarly about other habits, eating food, sleeping on time, all these things. So there is a good feeling which was attached to it, and over a period of time it got started building. हर बार जब आप एक अच्छा काम करते हैं तो उसके साथ कनेक्टेड एक अच्छा फीलिंग है. तो जब भी आप अच्छा काम करेंगे उसके साथ एक अच्छा फीलिंग और भी उसमें ऐड होने वाला है. ओके, सो दीज आर वासनास. सिमिलरली देर आर नेगेटिव वासनास. नेगेटिव वासना मतलब आपको समझा. सिमिलरली देयर आर नेगेटिव वासना. तो नेगेटिव वासना मतलब व्हाट आर द नेगेटिव वासना व्हिच यू कैन थिंक ऑफ? हेलो, हाँ बोला. थोड़े थोड़े बीच में मैं आपसे बात करूंगा, क्योंकि मुझे जब पता चलता है कि अभी थोड़ा लोगों को बोर हो रहा है, झपकी आ रही है, नींद, स्क्रीन बंद हो रहा है, स्क्रीन बंद हो रहा है, तो फिर मैं थोड़ा क्वेश्चन पूछना शुरू करता हूँ. नंदिनी, तुम भी हो? यू कैन ऑल्सो आस्क, यू कैन ऑल्सो पार्टिसिपेट. हाँ, बताओ नेगेटिव वासना मतलब क्या है? कोई एग्जाम्पल बोलो. Not necessary that always vasana should be a kama vasana. There can be any other vasana. So you feel free to talk about it. हाँ बोलो. Just a minute. Think about. Sorry for that distraction. So yeah, what are the, yes,
Any food which you like very much and it is not good for your health, but still you want to eat. That is a
absolutely
vasana.
right. Absolutely. That is the vasana. Yes, correct. Tanya.
How about any feelings like anger, jealousy, hatred? Would that count as
Sorry,
vasana, negative vasana?
sorry, I missed you, Vrinda.
I was saying any kind of negative emotions
Yeah.
in our mind about, jealousy, anger,
Yes, yes.
aggression,
Correct.
or can that be also? Yeah, that can be, right?
Absolutely. Anything which brings up a negative emotion, neighbors envy owners pride. तो आप कुछ दूसरे को देखते हैं और उसका अच्छा हुआ तो हमको जेलसी होती है, ये भी एक नेगेटिव वासना है. Yeah, someone says something, you don't like others to say something and they utter that word and you get flared up and नेगेटिव वासना. आजकल तो इलेक्शन का सीजन है ना, कोई पार्टी ए ने कुछ बोला तो पार्टी बी की नेगेटिव वासना बहुत प्रज्वलित हो जाती है, और पार्टी बी ने कुछ बोला तो पार्टी ए, ये दो इट में बी ए डिजाइन थिंग बट इट्स अ वासना, इट्स अ नेगेटिव वासना. Okay, anything which is, so that is your vasana. Okay. Now we'll go ahead to what happens when you are in your day-to-day life dealing with life. You see things, you hear things, you eat things, you smell things. With the help, what I mean to say is, with the help of your five senses, you are perceiving the world. Okay. When you are perceiving the world, you connect with that object, and as soon as you connect with that object, आपके विदाउट योर कॉन्शियस एफर्ट एक मेमोरी जागृत हो जाती है. ओके. when I see the mango, I don't have to really get into a conscious thought of liking it, है ना. मुझे ये डिसाइड नहीं करना है कि मुझे इसको अच्छा लगना चाहिए. It memory of that mango, or rather the sight of that mango, will get into my brain, and that will connect with my earlier feeling, my earlier memory of that mango, and what is my equation with that mango. That is the vasana. You will connect. That is how the vasana comes into. तो आपको उसके लिए कुछ करना नहीं पड़ता है. It's an automatic reaction which is happening to you. Why I am telling you this? Because most of the things which we do in our life are reactionary. You see someone and you feel irritated. You see somebody and you feel happy. You see some object and you feel like indulging. You see some object and you feel like going away from it. It causes pain. You look at, and some of these things are useful also, right? You see, when you are in a kitchen and you see fire or you see a hot utensil, you don't want to touch it, right? Because you have a memory of last time when you touched it, it caused you pain, it burnt. तो इसलिए आप उसको टच नहीं करेंगे. ओके. सो ये एक ऑटोमेटिक रिएक्शन, रिफ्लेक्स एक्शन अपने मन में तैयार रहता है. These reflexes, your mind is a complex of all these reactions which is based on limitless, huge amount of memory which you are carrying. Okay. तो ये विषय और ये वासना कनेक्टेड है. एंड एज अ रिएक्शन, सिंस इट इज रिएक्शन, इसके साथ हमारा कोई एक्शन कनेक्टेड है. सो when you see some good fruit, ये तो बहुत बढ़िया एग्जांपल है, मेरे टेबल पे ही पड़ा है. when you see this, what do you feel? What do you want to do? Eat it. Cut and eat it. मेरा बस चले तो मैं अभी काट के खा जाऊं, है ना. तो this is my karma. This is the karma. When you give in to that vasana and when you indulge in that action, when I say action, it could be speech also. When you see someone whom you don't like and you give in and you shout at that person, or you say some bad words, you hurt that person, आप हिंसा करते हैं. It is like you are indulging in that karma. Similarly, if you want to avoid pain also, my teacher will scold me if I go late, so I'll bunk my class. That itself is an action. That inaction is also an action. Or I will tell, when I go late, I will tell the teacher, no, I was caught up in this traffic. You don't know there is so much traffic on the road. You will tell lies because you don't want that hurt or that pain of being labeled as a student who is coming late to class. You don't want to be punished. So you are afraid of punishment, or you don't want that pain of punishment. That is why you will tell lies. So that's a karma. So what you do, what you think, what you say as a reaction to these pleasure and pain experience, memories, is the karma. Is this very clear? Yeah. So our life is full of these karmas. कर्म तो हमारा हमसे हम करते ही रहते हैं, और कर्म करने की वजह से क्या हो रहा है? Those vasanas on the basis of which you did the karma, the vasanas become stronger, and the sanskar is the program. Sanskar, because of that program, you get into the action. That sanskar also becomes stronger. The program becomes strong. That pull of the vasana becomes strong, and this whole network of your sanskar and vasanas becomes stronger and stronger. Okay, because of the karmas. I'll come to how we are going to avoid that, or what is our actually topic, the crux of this subject. But before that, I want to also introduce you to one more concept which Patanjali has introduced, which most of you, many of you know. But now you will find that concept very interesting and very relevant to your life, which is klesha. Okay, klesha मतलब क्या है? Klesha is a wrong understanding of life. So Patanjali has given some ultimate truths of life. Okay. You are your life, you are actually पुरुष and प्रकृति, ये कोई प्राइमोर्डियल ट्रूथ्स बना के रखे हैं. लेकिन उसके बाद में उसने कहा कि हम लोग हमारे लाइफ में ये ट्रूथ्स को भूल जाते हैं, हमारा अंडरस्टैंडिंग रॉन्ग होता है, इसीलिए क्लेश पैदा होते हैं. तो क्लेश मतलब क्या है कि रॉन्ग अंडरस्टैंडिंग अबाउट योर ओन सेल्फ. When Patanjali says a wrong understanding about your own self, he has got different things in mind. Your own understanding that I am wife of somebody, husband of somebody, father of somebody, child of somebody, that is also a wrong understanding.
But it is our working understanding.
That is our working understanding. It's a working understanding which we have, which is necessary. But at the root of it, it's a wrong understanding. So all these things are called as klesha. Okay. तो क्लेश कौन से है? अविद्या, अस्मिता. अस्मिता मतलब आइडेंटिटी. फ्रॉम दैट आइडेंटिटी इज डेवलप्ड राग एंड द्वेष. राग द्वेष मतलब liking, affections and aversions. Okay, affection and aversion matlab, because I am somebody's son or somebody's father, I have affection for my daughter or son. I have affection for my father or mother. Okay, so if anyone says anything wrong to my son or my daughter, obviously it is going to cause what? Pain to me, dvesh. And that pain may cause a reaction from my side. Or if somebody praises my son, then also it is going to cause a reaction in my mind, and I'm going to do something good, or it's going to be a reactionary thing from my side. Okay? So that is also राग. राग से की वजह से हम लोग कुछ करते हैं, और द्वेष की वजह से हम लोग कुछ करते हैं. And we want this whole network of rag, dvesh, asmita, which is going on to go on continuously, and we don't want an end to this process. End of this process is death. Death is the only end of this process. So we are always afraid of death. We don't want death. Fear of death is abhinivesh. Okay, so broadly, without going too much in detail, I have explained this klesha. Now, for our concept of, for our understanding of this, or devising the strategy of life, we need to understand one more concept, which is called as the 4 stages or 4 levels of this klesha. Klesha is what? You can understand klesha like a force. It's like a force with which you like somebody or like something and you get into action, and force with which you avoid. Okay. Now I like something so much. I like something so much that I cannot resist, and come what may, I'm going to get into action. That is the highest level of klesha. It is called as udara klesha. यानी कि मैंने आम देख लिया और मैंने खा भी लिया. कैसा था आम? और अभी खा भी लिया मैंने. और ये अभी वर्कशॉप होते होते पॉसिबल किया मैंने. मैं अपने आप को कुछ ट्रिक बनाई और मैंने खा भी लिया. जैसे जोकिंग.
मैं इधर रस निकाल रही हूँ आम का।
तो मेरे से रहा नहीं गया, और मेरा राग जो है वो इतना स्ट्रांग है कि मैंने बिना कुछ सोचे, विदाउट अवेयरनेस, आई गॉट इनटू द एक्शन कर्मा एंड आई इंडल्ज इन इट. So that's a उदार क्लेश. सेकेंड लेवल थोड़ा सा कम जो है उसको विच्छिन्न क्लेश बोलते हैं. विच्छिन्न क्लेश मतलब क्या है कि अभी एट प्रेजेंट इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर मी टू ईट द मैंगो. इतने लोग बैठे हैं, अगर मैं अपना वीडियो बंद करके आम खाते रहूं तो कैसा लगेगा? वृंदा, आई होप यू आर नॉट डूइंग दैट. Vrinda is my niece. I can say anything. I have a license to say anything.
No, no, I'm not doing that. I've just made my room dark because it's so, it is pretty hot and sunny. That's
Okay,
it.
okay. Yeah, I'm just joking.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
to wake you up in case you are asleep.
No.
Okay, so we will wait. We will not get into that karma just now because the conditions are not conducive. But whenever the conditions become conducive, that pull, that force is still existing, and as soon as the condition is over, I will get into that action. मतलब क्या? क्लास खत्म होते ही तो क्या, I have that much control over myself कि I wait for the right situation, but that pull is still there. That is vichhin. Okay. Third is suppressed. The third is tanu. Tanu matlab little. Means what? The mango is there in front of me. It has caused a little, attraction in me, and it has caused a little that pull. एक अफेक्शन तो है, इसका राग तो है, लेकिन I am aware that this is not the right situation, it is not the right circumstances. Also, I am reminded of what is good for me, what is bad for me. My buddhi is telling me. Okay, and because of that, I refrain myself from that karma. I use my willpower. I refrain from this karma, and after some time, that pull wears off. वो निकल जाता. अब वो क्लास के बाद में फिर से रहेगा भी नहीं. It has come and it has gone. It's like a small wave. It was there in my mind. It rose and it died down. Okay, तो वो हो गया तनु. एंड लास्ट इज द प्रसुप्त. प्रसुप्त क्लेश का मतलब ये है कि आप उस सिचुएशन में आने वाले ही नहीं है. In your lifetime, you will not have that kind of a situation where those prasupta klesh is going to cause any flutter in your mind. The best example which over the period of these 5 workshops I have realized is, suppose, see these vasanas, at this point I would like to also tell you that these vasanas and sanskar, it is not necessarily collected over this lifetime or this birth. This vasana could be of the earlier birth also. It could be of the earlier to earlier birth also. तो ऐसे अगर सोचा जाए, and you are not concerned just now about it because you don't remember. You don't remember consciously, but that vasana is able to connect. The memory is able to connect across the births. Even in the last, and that is why sometimes you have this problem. Why do I get irritated in this kind of a situation, which may not be a natural reaction? Or, in case of a good vasana, good sanskar, you come across some children who are gifted, who are talented, very good painters, very good singers, very good in some action. They have not learned it anywhere, but they are good at it naturally by birth. बोलते ना वो prodigies. So how does that happen? Because in that situation, his Shubha Sanskar, his earlier birth Sanskar, is already active. He may not remember consciously, but his Vasana, Shubha Vasana is connected and he is able to form. And he is able to get into that karma also without awareness. Can you appreciate this? Yes, Abhirami, are you with us? Yeah. So this kind of Shubha Vasana also could be there. And similarly, negative Vasana also could be there of earlier births. So when I'm talking of Prasupta, it is earlier birth में आप एक Scorpio थे समझो. And you, as a Scorpio, if someone hit you, came near you, you had a habit of stinging. एक sting, नांगी मारतात ना, sting. तो अभी इस लाइफ टाइम में आपके पास नांगी तो है ही नहीं, आपके पास हाथ और पैर है. ज्यादा से ज्यादा आपको कोई तकलीफ देगा तो आप उसको डसेंगे, हाथ से मारेंगे. लेकिन आप करते हैं क्या ऐसे? नहीं, आप नहीं करते, क्योंकि आपका लाइफ बचपन से आपने ऐसी अब शिक्षा पाई है कि वैसा सिचुएशन भी नहीं आएगा और आप ऐसा करेंगे भी नहीं. तो वो जो वासना है वो और संस्कार है और वो जो क्लेश है वो प्रसुप्त क्लेश है, वो अभी इस लाइफ टाइम में कभी होने वाला नहीं है. ओके, these are the prasupta क्लेश. So these are the four stages: prasupta, tanu, vichhinna and udar. Now up to तनु there is no problem. विच्छिन्न में प्रॉब्लम थोड़ा सा है और उदार में ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम है. And actually you have come for this workshop for handling your udar क्लेश. Okay, or at least in the hope of resolving your udar क्लेश. क्योंकि जितना क्लेश उदार है उतना आपका रिएक्शन ज्यादा है, उससे आपको हानि होने वाली है. मैंने जो प्रमोशन में जो वीडियोस भेजे थे उसका रिलेशन उसी से है. मैंने देखा था हमारा जो हीरो है वो सोता है और जैसे ही अलार्म बजता है, अलार्म बंद कर स्नूज करता है, वापस सो जाता है, स्नूज करता है, वापस सो जाता है, स्नूज करता है, वापस सो जाता है. वाई? वो स्नूज करना, it's a udar klesh. What is the klesh around it? To enjoy that sleep, to continue that pleasure of sleeping for some more time, you will indulge in that action. When you snooze, you are deciding to continue that pleasure. Okay, so and avoid that pain of waking up and continue the pleasure. तो ये आपने स्नूज किया तो आपका उदार क्लेश है, तभी आपका बुद्धि काम नहीं कर रहा, उदार है, तो आप करते जा रहे. या तो आपने और दूसरा एग्जाम्पल देखा होगा कि वो हमारा हीरो जो है वो टेबल पे बैठा है, उसके सामने बहुत सारी चीजें पड़ी है, कुछ फ्रूट्स भी है, कुछ हेल्दी फूड भी है और कुछ कोल्ड ड्रिंक भी पड़ा है और कुछ पिज्जा भी पड़ा है और टीवी भी चल रहा है. हाँ, so naturally he is enjoying the TV, he is indulging in all the unhealthy food, whatever may be unhealthy for him. I'm not saying anything is universally unhealthy, but whatever is unhealthy for him, वो खा रहा है, पी रहा है, he's indulging because he likes it. Okay, और वो संस्कार भेदन का चक्कर उसके ऊपर से जाता है, तो he takes a decision consciously to stay away from the TV and remove that unhealthy food and eat some healthy food. Okay, तो ये उदार से क्लेश जो है वो आपका उसका फोर्स कम हो गया. तो ये यहां तक आप समझ गए हैं क्या? इसमें कोई क्वेश्चंस है? बिकॉज दिस फॉर्म द बेस ऑफ आवर वर्कशॉप, व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू एक्चुअली प्रैक्टिकली वर्क ऑन. ओके, तो एक समरी में देता हूं आपको. Our sensory input, they sensory objects, जो उससे हमको एक सिग्नल मिलता है, वो हमारे ब्रेन में कुछ इनपुट परसेप्शन होता है. वो उस परसेप्शन में हमारे मेमोरी के अंदर, हिप्पोकैम्पस के अंदर उसका कनेक्शन होता है. और हिप्पोकैम्पस में हमारे अनअवेयर उससे जो कनेक्टेड वासना है वो कनेक्ट हो जाती है. और उस वासना से कनेक्टेड कुछ संस्कार है, एक्शन है, वो भी जनरेट हो जाता है. उससे हम लोग अनअवेयर स्टेट में वो एक्शन कर देते हैं और वो प्रोग्राम फिर से स्ट्रांग हो जाता है. दिस इज व्हाट is the natural cycle which is happening. If you recall your day, if you recall your actions, you will find that everything in your life, whatever you are doing from morning to evening, it is revolving around the same thing, either on the positive side or the negative side. The fact that you are here, there may be more positive sanskars and positive actions also, karma also, right actions, and some of the negative actions. Okay? But negative actions भी काफी है ना. अभी ये कहने की चीज ये इसलिए ऐसा है कि we have now practically we have reconciled with our negative actions. We have said it is like that frog in the beaker. वो पता है ना आपको स्टोरी, मेंढक की स्टोरी. वो मेंढक को बीकर में रखा और उसके ऊपर अगर गर्म पानी डाल दिया तो वो छलांग लगा के बाहर कूदी मार के जाता है. लेकिन उसको सिर्फ पानी में रखा और पानी बाहर से बॉईल करते रहे तो वो पानी सहते रहता है. उसका टेम्परेचर सहने की शक्ति उसकी बढ़ती रहती है. और सहते सहते इतना हो जाता है कि अब वो पानी जब उबलते लगता है तभी उसके अंदर की बाहर निकलने की शक्ति खत्म हो जाती है. तब तक ही इज इनेबल्ड और अनेबल टू जंप आउट ऑफ द बीकर. ओके, सो I'm not exactly saying that we are in that kind of a life and death situation, but we have put our day-to-day problems under the carpet and we have lost our will to resolve these problems. Okay, we have not lost our belief also that I can resolve this problem. And since I have lost the will to resolve this problem, I am blind to it also. मुझे दिखते भी नहीं है वो प्रॉब्लम. इसीलिए अभी हम लोग करते हैं, मैं एम कमिंग हियर फॉर पीस ऑफ माइंड और ये सब करने के लिए. बट एक्चुअली अंदर बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम. और मैं किसी एक के बारे में नहीं कर रहा हूँ. एवरीबडी, everyone, all the people, they have a good number of problems which they can work upon. It is just that they don't have the will because they don't have the way to do it. Where you have the will, the way will be there. And now you are going to learn you are going to do the other way. You are going to learn the way. तो आपका will जो है वो अपने आप तैयार होगा. What do we say? The saying is what? Where there is a will, there is a way. है ना? जहां चाह है वहां राह है. अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो चाह पैदा होती ही नहीं है. दैट विल इज नॉट क्रिएटेड. इट इज नॉट दैट सिंपल टू क्रिएट दैट विल. ओके, तो वी गो द अदर वे. हम लोग राह पहले मास्टर कर लेते हैं तो राह जब बन जाती है तो चाह अपने आप पैदा हो जाती है. Where there is a way, the will be developed. It is the other way. Okay, so now we are going to learn the way. अभी तक हमने जरा थोड़ा कंसेप्ट सीखा, तो अभी हम लोग क्या है ये और संस्कार भेदन क्या एग्जैक्टली है और इससे हम लोग क्या अचीव करेंगे वो अभी थोड़ा सा हम लोग समझते हैं. तो संस्कार भेदन is the technique by which we cut that connection between your sensory input to the vasana. और वो कैसे कट कर सकते हैं? Only through will, by developing that will, by developing that will power. Okay, बहुत वो क्लीशेस वर्ड लगता है विल पावर, बट एक्चुअली हम लोग कैसे डेवलप कर सकते हैं विल पावर, वो हम लोग सीखेंगे। और ये विल पावर ये एक पर्टिकुलर, मतलब इट्स नॉट अ जनरल वर्ड के विल पावर बनने का एक कुआं है वहां पे जाके हमने विल पावर पी लिया, ऐसा नहीं। विल पावर, we will go a little systematically and we will develop willpower related to only specific things in our life. Okay, so resolve only specific problems and develop the will to resolve that problems one by one. And when we do that, one by one we resolve problems, then we will see, हम लोग अपने लाइफ में ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम्स दिखाई देंगे हमको, और हम लोग उसको एक एक करके रिजॉल्व करने की प्रोसेस में लग जाएंगे। Okay, so this is what is the strategy of this whole संस्कार भेदन। संस्कार भेदन मतलब संस्कार जो अपना प्रोग्राम है उसको कट करना है, deprogram that, deprogramming of the mind. When you see something that क्लेशा is there and वो क्लेश को की वजह से हम लोग पुल होते हैं और एक्शन में इंडल्ज करते हैं, वो हम लोग कट कर लेंगे। तो ये कैसे करेंगे? How we are going to cut this sequence or this program? So firstly, I am going to share with you a list of problems. phone I'm going to share with you a list of, which is called as Vitarka list. Why it is called Vitarka list, I will tell you later on. But it's called a Vitarka list. I'm sharing with you in the group only. I'm going to share with you just now. I did not give you earlier because my earlier experience was पहले कुछ करते नहीं है लोग, क्योंकि समझ में नहीं आता है करना क्या है, तो वो वेस्ट हो जाता है एफर्ट. So now I'm going to share that list, and I am going to ask you to go through that list.
Are you sharing on the chat?
Yeah, I will be sharing in the uh, WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group, not the chat. You want in the chat?
Chat is
In the
also fine, so we don't have to.
WhatsApp group, because it will stay with you.
Okay.
First, I have shared with you the Hindi one. Now I'm going to share with you the English one also.
इंग्लिश का है नहीं सर अभी तक.
हाँ, मैं अभी इंग्लिश भेज रहा हूँ. Actually, I'll send both the things in PDF. Excel में कभी कभी किसी का ओपन नहीं होता है शीट में, but I'll send it in PDF format. Yes. At the same time, I'm going to also share it here. I'll share on the screen also. धनंजय मला शेअरिंग राईट्स पाहिजे. धनंजय धनंजय इज देयर. मला को होस्ट बनव ना. Yeah. So everyone has got it. सबको मिल.
Yes, got it.
Yeah. So this is just it's not even a master list. It is just a list which lists out certain issues which one can have in today's life. It is not a exhaustive list also. It is something which you may be facing in your life. So what you have to do is not showing the full list. Yeah. So there are some fears. Let's go through some of these things. You can read on your own also, but some of them I may just state over here. I am afraid, nervous when I am judged. Usually I come across this fear when people are coming for exam, especially practical exam, तो fear से freeze हो जाते हैं. I am not getting sleep, I keep thinking. So you will come to know that what kind of problems can be resolved, or what kind of problems should be taken up when we are doing this workshop. I am scared of some animal or bird or insect. I am scared about some event, some specific event. I don't trust people. This could be a problem. Now, no one is going to come and judge you and say that you have this problem. This is something you have to yourself find out for your own self. Okay? I am addicted to mobile. सब लोग इसके लिए टिक मार के करेंगे. Now, I want, now that you got the hold of this list, what I want you to do is take a paper and pen. Take a paper pen.
Sir, you are muted.
Sir, ex-
We
can
we can't hear you.
No, Nitin sir, you are not audible. Can't hear you.
Yes, I am back. Sorry for that. Some issue on my computer.
Okay, sir, no problem.
Now, okay. So, have you been able to go through that list?
You
Yes.
told to
थोड़ा देखा है मैं हम लोग.
Yes.
So I'm going to just give you some marking, do some markings. 0 to 5. 0 matlab I don't have this problem in life. 1 matlab I have a problem, but I am able to deal it very easily. It doesn't come up as an issue. 2 matlab उससे थोड़ा बढ़ते बढ़ते. Number 4 is like I have this problem and it affects me in my day-to-day life. And 5 is this is a burning issue for me. उस लेवल में. तो आपको इस पूरे लिस्ट में से सिर्फ वही इश्यूज निकालने हैं जो आपके लिए रियल इशू है नंबर 4 और जो बर्निंग इशू है 5. तो ऐसे आपको कुछ इश्यूज जो है इसमें से निकालने हैं. एंड दिस इज नॉट एन एग्जॉस्टिव लिस्ट एज आई टोल्ड यू. तो इसमें से 4-5 आपके निकल सकते हैं इशू. तो ये निकालो. ये तो ओनली दिस इज अ प्लेग्राउंड to test out and to give you practice how to deal with the issues. The real issues are going to come later on in your life. लेकिन ये समझने के लिए, ये प्रोग्राम समझने के लिए, वर्कशॉप समझने के लिए, ये हम इसमें से आप कुछ इश्यूज निकालने वाले हो. ओके, सो आई गिव यू 2 minutes to 3 minutes टाइम टू जस्ट गो थ्रू दैट लिस्ट एंड टेक आउट दोज इश्यूज. लिस्ट आउट
So
द
so
पेपर.
you want us to score that issue also, right? From
Yes,
1 to
yes,
5.
yes.
1 to
So
5. Okay.
don't make score for each of the issues. Just browse through it and whichever is 4 and 5 उसको सिर्फ लिख देना. You don't want to waste too much time on creating. It's not an homework. Only thing, if you don't understand any particular point, then you can ask me.
Sir, 4 means you have issue, and 5th means it
It's a
is a
burning issue.
burning issue. Okay.
Four is I have this problem and I would like to deal with it. 5 is this is my burning issue. I need a solution on it. If you go down, 3 is I have this problem, but I have managed it somehow. 2 is I have this problem, but I'm not too bothered about it. It's not very important for me. 1 is sometimes only I have this problem, and 0 is rarely I have this the problem. कोई अगर समझ में नहीं आए तो मुझे पूछ लेना कि ये इशू समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. As such, तो I think all are understandable. Is it going anywhere? Are you able to list down?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, listed down and I have my score also.
Don't get lost in any one of them. Don't brood over it. Don't start thinking about it just now how to solve. Just browse through it. This is just an exercise. So I want you to pick up some few ones which you feel are relevant to me. Don't get too serious about it just now. More serious problems you have to tackle later on. Okay, I think that should be enough. If you have got a few problems with you,
Yes, sir.
you should go ahead. Okay. All right. Can we have the videos on now? Okay. So now actually our workshop work, our personal work is going to start. How we are going to start working on our own self now. So I want you to pick up now from amongst this one problem which is not very serious. जो top of the list है वो मत लो अभी. You take the bottom of the list. Whatever you have picked up, उसमें से जो low problem है, it's not very serious, but still it is there. It's a problem. You would like to deal with it. तो amongst that उसमें से कोई एक problem अभी आपको चुनना है. Okay, when you are done, you can raise your hand. Not immediately, but after some time, I may ask you to share also. So take something which you think, and it's not compulsory, only those who want to share, I think, just to make the concept clear. Are you done,
I'm
Arjun?
ready. Yes, I'm done.
Yeah. Arjun? Abhirami done? Sham? Srinivasan sir? Done. No. So I assume everyone is now picked up one issue. Now we are going to create a strategy. Whatever we are going to do now, it's going to be like the steps which you are going to follow for all the problems which you will have or which you will pick up to resolve in your life. It is up to you. Okay. So the first step in this is to bring up that issue to the surface, to build awareness around that problem. Okay. अभी तक वो थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम नीचे था, तो उसको आपके अवेयरनेस में थोड़ा ऊपर लाना है. तो आई एम हैविंग अ सेट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस related to this problem which you are going to answer mentally. I am going to ask that question, आपको mentally answer करना है. Okay. So the first question related to this problem is how often it happens with you. How often? ये आपके साथ कितनी बार होता है? For example, if I am taking a problem like I forget names, तो ये आपके साथ कब होता है? दिन में 4 बार होता है, कि हर रोज एक बार होता है, कि वीक में एक बार होता है, कि महीने में एक बार कभी कभी होता है, कितनी बार होता है, हाउ ऑफन डज इट? अभी ये इसमें देर इज नथिंग लाइक अ राइट और रॉन्ग आंसर. Okay, so don't worry about that. Even if the wrong answer becomes wrong, it's okay. What we are trying to do is we are trying to build awareness around that problem. Okay, how many times does it happen? That is the first question. Second question is, how are you dealing with the situation currently? अभी आप उस प्रॉब्लम के साथ कैसे निपट रहे हैं? योर आंसर में भी मैं नहीं निपट रहा हूं. If I feel angry, I just shout. I am just indulging in it. Or you may say that I sulk. मैं शेल में चला जाता हूँ, चली जाती हूँ. It could be any of these. Okay. Have you answered this question? How do you deal with it? Third question is, why do you think that this particular indulgence is bad? It should be avoided. Why do you think it is avoided? It should be avoided. What are your values around that that problem? Why do you think you should not forget? Why do you think you should not be angry? Why do you think you should not overeat? Why do you think you should not oversleep or get any of this related to your issue? Why है ये? इसके अराउंड वैल्यू क्या आपकी है? Okay.
Sir, can you repeat the second question, please?
Second question was, how do you deal with it currently? How do you deal with that? That means, suppose you are saying that I feel
For
angry.
name,
If you want to state just now, you can state. I'll give you the options and what is the related to that. Suppose you feel like overeating. So if whenever you feel like overeating, how will you deal with it currently? A simple answer will be I eat. I overeat. Or other answer could be I feel miserable. It could be that. So what happens in that case? How do you deal with that? Then the value around it. Fourth question is, what harm is this action or inaction? That means जो भी आपका problem है, उसकी वजह से what is the harm which is caused to you physically, mentally, emotionally or spiritually or socially? Physically, mentally, emotionally, socially, spiritually. What harm is this problem causing to you? Okay. All right, Shyam. Done, Arjun?
Yes.
Okay. So next, yes. So the next question is a little important, may make you think. So when you know that it is causing this harm, still, in spite of knowing this, you indulge in that action or non-action. What is the reason, or what is the pleasure you get from it, or what is the pain you are avoiding from it, from this action or inaction? Simple answer hai. Simple answer could be, I find a mango, whenever I feel like eating, I eat it. Okay. Why do I do it? In spite of knowing that it should not be done? Because I like the taste of mango. Pleasure of eating mango. So pleasure और pain के रेफरेंस में इस आंसर को क्वेश्चन को आंसर करने की कोशिश कर. Yeah, I'll give you these questions. I'll send it in the group. I'm sending this in the group. It'll take some time. Yeah. WhatsApp थोड़ा बंद हो गया था मेरा. Okay, what is the pleasure or what is the pain you are avoiding from this action? And the last question is, can you visualize yourself without this problem? Can you visualize yourself resolving this problem? And can you accept yourself without this problem? क्या अपने आप को आप देख सकते हैं without this problem? Can you visualize yourself without this problem? And can you accept yourself with this problem? ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है क्योंकि ये क्वेश्चन आंसर करने से आपका इंजन स्टार्ट हो जाएगा रिजॉल्व करने का. Okay. I hope you have not taken any problem which is too serious in this forum, so that we can, if anyone wants to discuss, we can discuss. More serious problems, there is enough time for you to deal with in life. Okay. But of course, problem is a problem. 4 ho ya 5 ho. The fact that you have identified, that means it is there with you. You have importance for it and you want to resolve it. Okay.
Nitin sir, can you just what was the first question that you had asked?
First question, it is all there now in the group. How often does it happen?
Okay, in the group. Okay.
WhatsApp group, WhatsApp. How often does it happen with you? Okay. So now I want to have some volunteers, 2-3 people who can discuss this in the open forum issue. If you feel you can discuss in the open forum, it's for the understanding of everybody, so that we can discuss it and we can come to one proper understanding about what exactly it is. If there is a wrong understanding, we can get it cleared. Okay. तो किसी को वॉलंटियर करना है? Yes, Arjun.
I think the biggest problem which everybody face today nowadays is the
Yes.
addiction of mobile.
Very good. Very simple
So-
problem and very common problem. So we can discuss this question by question very nicely.
Yes.
So this is, as you said very rightly, this is a problem faced by everybody. So we can talk about it in a general way also. So how often, but while discussing, we'll discuss it about you. So how
Yeah.
often does it happen with you?
Most of the time it happens because I think
It is
you
all,
are on the phone,
yes, it is, you are
and
always,
then now
you have
what
to
has
really
happened
find
is
out, you have to really find out when you are not on the phone.
yeah, the other problem is you have the new smartwatches which are coming up. So if your mobile is not there, you have a smartwatch in your hand. So
Absolutely.
you are connected some or the other way, you are connected with your mobile.
Correct.
So how to overcome is the
Do you have
biggest.
your work also connected with your mobile?
Yes. But my work is not connected. I can work on the laptop, but it's not that mandatory for me to work on the mobile.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So what you are actually saying is you are addicted to the mobile from the not from the work point of view, it is from the entertainment point of view.
Yes, I would say 60%.
Yes.
40% still it goes on the work part because you have
Okay,
various WhatsApp groups, we have various
correct.
other groups.
Yeah,
But yes,
actually, it is very,
60%.
I can relate with you because it is really very difficult sometimes to draw that line, okay, whether this is entertainment or whether this is work.
Yes,
Actually, when for me, if you are in a sales or marketing kind of a function, which function
yeah.
are you? Your work is
So
related.
I am director of sales and
Correct.
service.
Absolutely. So if you are in sales or something, it is very difficult because even if you are if you are listening to somebody's song or a joke or anything, and you know, at one step low, you are making a connection with that person. So it is work also.
Yes.
Okay.
It
But so it is very
happens, and many a times when you are in sales, you often land up into taking a call which is not known because you may never know it is your customer or it's somebody as an entertainment calling you from the credit card company or from any insurance company.
right, right, right.
Yeah,
So call though
yeah,
fine, I can understand because that's a call. So you
yeah.
need and many times if you can understand what is a call, a fraudulent call, है तो आप बंद कर.
Yes, 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 yes. No,
Okay.
usually I do
But
that. Yes.
what you mean by addiction to mobile, can you define it a little bit?
Would be, let's say I have come home and now I want to sit and have a word, or I feel that I should talk to the family. But but the next moment I see the mobile, or I
Hmm.
see that there is an email from somebody, and I
Hmm.
now need to answer it. So that is something which I need to specifically work on. I need to
Ah.
specifically see that how I can avoid it.
So how are you dealing with it
At
currently?
this moment, I'm not dealing it.
Okay.
I don't have any option to deal it, but
Yeah.
I would like to know from you and how we
Yeah.
can deal with it.
Correct. So why do you think this indulging or picking up the phone is why do you think it should be avoided? What is the value around that?
I think sometimes it is more towards peace, your inner. Uh, I think the also important for you to give time to your peers, speak about what has happened rather than just being in the handset or a mobile, talking about. So I think it's more important to do sharing, more important to talk.
Be in person rather than with the
Yeah,
machine.
yes,
Okay, that is your value. Okay. Any
yeah.
other values other people would like to add to it?
Sir, we
Why do-
ourselves have to make a cut-off time, as he said, Mr. He said after coming home, no, if there is no important, then he has to keep the mobile away and he can talk with his family. At least he has to fix a time otherwise. He can make a fixed time that after coming to office, I will not touch the mobile or anything for at least 1 hour, something like that. He can make like that. But
Yeah,
it is
my question is why do you need to keep your mobile away? What is the value around it? Yes, Brinda?
So, what is the value of keeping mobile away is is exactly this, right? Not to reduce distraction and improve focus on being present wherever you are, right?
Just being present to what is
Being present.
happening rather than just giving away to the mobile world. Okay.
Yes.
All right. That
And
is the
I also had a point on how I'm dealing with this problem. Uh, so there are certain apps that we get programmed to use a lot. Like for example,
what's that?
Instagram. Yeah, Instagram particularly. Like I'm highly addicted to Instagram. Like I have to check it. Even if I check it for 15 seconds, it's okay. But I tend to open that app. So what I did a few months back was I deleted that shortcut from my mobile. So now to
We
open
will come,
Instagram,
Brinda
it's
will come to the solutions
okay.
in a short time. Just now, let us focus on these 6 questions on the
Yeah,
value.
but okay, but you also asked us how you deal with it, right? So this is how I was dealing
Okay,
with it.
fine. All right, fine.
Okay.
So that is how you have done. So that's not no longer a problem, or it's still a problem for you.
No problem.
Yeah. So,
It reduces a bit, but
so,
it's still a
so
problem.
you have not dealt with it.
Yes.
You have not dealt with it. It's
Yes.
still there. It's okay. So now we have created the value, or what is the value around it. So when you know you have this value, now what harm is it causing to you? What is the harm which is causing what this by constant indulgence in the phone, attending to your phone, attending to whatever it may be, it may be Instagram, WhatsApp, it may be work or whatever. What harm it is causing to you at a physical, mental, emotional, social, spiritual level?
It harms
Yes,
every time because on the physical side is yes, you are more of the time with your digital device, which is harmful because of the rays. Mentally, because you don't want to read something, but you land up reading it, and then you are mentally disturbed.
Unnecessary occupation.
Yes. And then socially, you didn't want it to get involved, but because you just saw it, you got involved in it. Uh, yeah. And
Okay,
emotionally, yes, because you are most of the time addicted to the mobile, so you don't know what is happening beside you.
got it. Focus.
Yes.
Unnecessary,
Yeah.
and you
I think
yeah.
Yeah, I think it reduces. I mean, he said it in a way, but I just wanted to rephrase that from how I see it. Is that it reduces the bandwidth. It's too many tabs open in your mind at that time because you're also working, you're
Many
also trying to do
thoughts.
something at home. So it reduces the amount of information you process, and then after that, it reduces your energy levels. Your
Yes.
stamina goes down, and you feel like I'm
Saps your energy.
exhausted.
Okay. Okay. This is the harm which is caused due to constant indulgence in the phone. In spite of that, in spite of this knowledge, we are indulging in the phone. So why do we get carried away by the situation? Why do we get carried away? What now here is the crux of it. What is the pleasure and what is the avoidance of pain behind it? We have already started the journey of resolving the problem. So this is the first part of it.
So I because I'm in sales, the pleasure is that I come to know rather than opening a laptop, I come to know what is happening. So
Yeah.
that's the pleasure. But the pain behind it is if there is anything which you don't want to, and you just like an email has come which is saying that you have lost it. So yeah,
Many times, there are very defined pleasures in
yeah,
indulgence to mobile. It is just, you look at a joke and you want to enjoy it. Simply
yes,
look at it. I mean, you wanted with me, usually what is happening nowadays, मतलब, since the mobile has become, part of our body and life. Okay, use I have my work is around this mobile, but when I start looking for, okay, what did this guy say, or I want to refer to this discussion, so I'm trying to reach that person. I try to search that person, but while I'm searching, before I search, I find something else which is more interesting for me at that point of time,
yeah,
maybe some joke or some song, and I get distracted.
deviation,
Deviation, distraction. So that
yeah,
distraction is because of my probably uh, pleasure which I derive out of that joke or some song or some any frivolous discussion. I don't want my mind to resolve the problem. Instead, I would like to be easy. My mind want to be easy, neutral. It is not concerning me, but neutral information ja raha hai, so I am easy. My mind is not taxed. So this kind of situation I want to be. So that is a pleasure. So what other things could be there? What do you think?
The simple thing is that mobiles are designed to give instant gratification and pleasure.
Right.
And
Correct.
and every time you see the device and you get anything out of it, either a joke or just information or news, it just makes you feel good for that moment because
Feel
you
good.
got a reward.
Feel good is there. So that feel good is the pleasure which is driving you into that indulgence. Okay. Now we have got quite deep into this issue. And now the last question is, are you ready to deal with this issue with the help of Sanskar Bhedan technique? That means, can you see yourself? Can you visualize yourself not indulging in the phone and avoiding that problem? Can you accept yourself in that situation?
It is not, you cannot, because uh, you you cannot visualize yourself without the prop. But you can try to avoid it. You can try to bring it down,
Reduce it.
reduce it. Yeah.
So when you reduce it, will your life be better?
Yeah, definitely.
So that is exactly I wanted. See, I mean, your life should not become more difficult because of avoiding that problem. It should become, you should be happy with it. You should be happy dealing with that problem. Okay. So fine. So that's a perfect example.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good. Very good. Very nice. So it has opened up the subject very well. Anything else? We can have a couple of them more. और कुछ है? हाँ, Sham.
Sir, people
हाँ
are
sir.
addicted to mobile, seeing, watching movies hours together in train, bus, wherever they go. How
Yes.
this can be avoided?
Now,
Even
first
whenever.
thing, Srinivasan sir, first thing. Now here, we are not here to resolve other people's problem. We are here to resolve only our problem. We
Okay.
have to be concerned with our own issues, and we should
Okay.
be concerned with other issues. So let's deal with our own problem. So Sham, so Srinivasan
हाँ
sir,
सर,
please
हाँ
go later.
हाँ, जो अभी हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे मोबाइल के बारे में,
हाँ जी.
according to me, just you ask yourself, is it necessary to use all apps on your mobile? No.
नहीं, श्याम जी, one second.
हाँ.
Let me come again. हम लोग इस प्रॉब्लम को फिलोसोफाइज नहीं कर रहे, इंटेलेक्चुअलाइज नहीं कर रहे. ये प्रॉब्लम हो गया खत्म, जिसका था वो खत्म हो. अभी अपना प्रॉब्लम हम लोग बात करने वाले हैं.
हाँ, ओके.
तो जिसको अभी अपना प्रॉब्लम डिस्कस करने का है, वो अभी हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे. एक हो गया, एक तो हो गया. Yes,
Okay, but sir,
yeah,
how
I
to
can share
resolve
that.
this issue? Mobile issue,
No,
how to resolve
we don't want to universally resolve this issue. इसको हमने इसका प्रॉब्लम का ठेका नहीं लिया है. वो अपना अपना जो हम लोग करने के वो करेंगे. Then let us not
But
get
at our personal level,
हाँ,
personal
पर्सनल
level,
लेवल पे. ये पर्सन आपके साथ
we should have to think.
अब कोइंसिडेंटली कैसा हो गया, ये प्रॉब्लम जो है वो यूनिवर्सल है, तो सब लोग इसमें इन्वॉल्व हो गए, तो आपको लगता है कि ये, बट ठीक है, अपना अपना प्रॉब्लम अपने को सॉल्व करना. So we will take our individual problem. Okay, Brinda?
Yes.
Cute?
Yes.
Yeah, so I have one problem of not being satisfied, and that
Okay.
is that's particularly in relation to work,
Okay.
right? So it's actually two things combined, the perfectionist and not being satisfied, right? So I'm just going
How
with the
often does it
question.
happen?
Yeah, how often does it happen? Let's say if I have to do 10 tasks, right? I'll probably face it at least in 4 or 5 of them. Just trying to numerize it here. And the issue because of that is that I take a long time to finish a task. Even though it's over, I tend to overthink and try to perfect
Got
it
it.
because it's not I'm not satisfied with it, right? So how am I
This is
dealing with the situation?
You answered the fourth question. What the harm it is causing to you is the delay.
Okay. Sorry. So
Yeah,
how I'm dealing?
that's
Yeah.
cool.
So how I'm dealing with the situation? Not really. Actually, I don't think I'm really dealing with it. It's just that I realize it. I'm aware that okay, this is exactly what happens
But you're
because
not doing
I'm
anything.
stretching it. But I don't have a technique to resolve it.
Okay.
Uh,
Why do you think it should
why
not
it should be
happen?
avoided? Yeah, why it should be avoided is I even shared that thing, right? Because
Yes.
I feel that I just intend to overwork and overthink and then delay. So what happens is if I have to turn something in, if I have to
Is
send
delay
something,
the only reason?
delay is not the only reason. Sorry, what was the question again?
So
Why should be avoided? Yeah. It
Yes.
also puts, I think it also puts me, I put myself under pressure
Okay.
that, have I really done my best that I
Correct.
could in a situation? So
That's
it is
maybe an
also like
emotional or mental pressure.
mental pressure, self-inflicted mental pressure. So that's why it should be avoided. And a lot of times it's not needed. So if I would have sent that, let's say if it's a slide deck, I'm doing something. If I send it without being satisfied, it will still be good enough actually.
Hmm.
To others, they will
So
still get what they want to get. Yeah, so it's
when you
sometimes not
know,
needed.
when you know that it is causing a harm to you, maybe delay or mental pressure, still you tend to should I use the word?
Overindulge in.
Indulge in that, not indulge, but uh, overemphasize or overwork on that issue, which is maybe which can be completed in a shorter route and shorter time. So what
Yeah.
pleasure is it giving you to prolong it and keep working on it?
So somewhere I think validation.
Validation.
Validation, because you would want, if I'm sending something out to someone else, it should be seen as, wow, this is fantastic work,
Got it.
right?
So
This is great work.
there is an identity issue related with it. If it
Yeah,
is coming from Brinda, it has to be the best.
yeah,
Okay, and if you find that no, this is not the best, you'll tend to make it best by overworking.
yeah,
Though for that purpose, it may be right, it may just that much may be enough.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So I get it completely. So
Mm.
it gives you a self gratification or a self identity of always that I am the best.
Yeah, and achieving and sense of achievement.
Achieve.
That,
Okay.
yeah.
Fine. So
So
with this problem, with this Sanskar Bhedan technique, probably you will be able to resolve that problem. Okay, you will be able to resolve that problem. But when you resolve that problem, are you okay on resolving it and accept yourself? You may find a solution of completing that work faster and still be feeling good about it. Okay, but are you able to visualize yourself in that situation?
uh I won't say like, yes, I can visualize it completely, but I think I'll have to get there, because I think these are the kind of things which I was referring to initially, that
Hmm.
how we get deep conditioned, right?
Hmm.
Because all through your education, all through your childhood, all through when you're getting trained in your profession,
Hmm.
you're taught to keep doing the best,
Correct.
right? You're never taught that, learn to say no, or learn to stop yourself. This is enough for now. We're not taught that. And I feel that is what
It's
keeps
not that
pushing you.
it's not that you are not taught that you are not taught in the curriculum. The life teaches you these things. You have probably missed that lesson somewhere, and now
Hmm.
are you ready to learn that lesson? Can we
Yes.
put it this way? Are you ready
Yeah.
to learn that lesson and be comfortable with your own self, even if you are able to complete it in a shorter time and send it across? I'm just taking a specific example. Send your work in, complete it faster, and still be find that okay, this is, even if it is not my best, it is not going to harm my image. That is the conclusion which it has to come to. It is, even if it is not my best, the receiver is not going to judge me. The problem is actually not in the work. The problem is in the judgment.
Yeah.
Asmita mein problem. How
Yes.
am I valued in my own eyes and in the eyes of others? That
Yes.
is the identity is the issue about. So
Yeah.
yeah, maybe by working on this problem, somewhere you will be fine. You'll be okay. So what? In this particular work, if it doesn't find okay, that should be fine with me. Does not change my identity. That does not
Yeah.
spoil my identity. That could be
Yeah.
very good. All right. और कोई और एक ले सकते हैं हम लोग छोटा सा. That's nice. I think that was a good example. Hey, just give me a 1 minute break. Yeah, sorry, I'm back. प्राजक्ताला सांगायचंय.
Sir, I'm a little short-tempered.
Little matlab how little?
Not much.
Little म्हणजे who is on the other end? That is more important.
My kids and husband.
Oh.
Correct. Okay.
Actually,
Very good. And-
थोडासा OCD problem है sir मला कि everything should be on a particular place or असं well organized. So I get that anger issue sometimes.
So when you see anything which is out of order, out of place, or
Yes.
something which is not, so that you feel angry.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So let's run through this. How often does it happen with you? Every day.
No. First used to happen most of that every day. असं म्हणायला हरकत नाही. But now मुलं मोठी झाल्यामुळे it is coming
Reduced.
reduced less म्हणजे थोडं कमी झालंय.
Okay. So at present, how are you dealing with it?
Now I am ignoring.
Okay. But see, since you have stated that this is your problem, if you
Yes.
say you are ignoring, it is causing some trouble inside you also.
Yes, sometimes.
So why do you think it should not be, you should not, why do you think that you should not become angry?
It will affect my mental health, my physical health, and actually I do some spiritual, like I do my jap and all, and it
Correct.
affects that. So
Okay.
I don't want
Taken.
to get angry because of that.
Taken. Good. So when you know that, at some point of time, it must have. You actually answered the fourth question. Still, I will ask you, what harm does it cause? So this you answered that. It causes. Okay. In your day-to-day actions, it will cause.
Yes.
In your japa meditation,
Yes.
it causes a problem.
Yes.
Or physically, does it cause a problem?
Yes, physically also, no, because I get angry, my BP gets high. So
Okay.
I
Do you
don't want.
measure it? Do you measure it, or it's only a sense of?
No, I have a BP issue.
Achha, you have.
Yeah,
Okay.
And so I find it that when I get angry, my BP gets high.
Have you realized that the BP is also because of this problem?
Yes, I realize that.
Good.
So I want to work on
You're
this.
already facing that issue, so
Yes.
you know about it. So in spite of that, why do you get carried away and why do you become angry? It is not in your hand. I understand completely. But what is it that, that is the important question. What is it that, there has to be some gain. कोई भी एक्शन में ना कुछ गेन अगर चाहिए नहीं होता है तो आप नहीं करें. So by becoming angry, you are getting some pleasure, or I'm not saying pleasure, or you are avoiding some pain and you're gaining something, and because of that you are becoming angry. ये जो है ना, ये क्वेश्चन पे आना, आंसर लाना बहुत जरूरी है अपने इसमें। तो
right.
इसमें कभी भी हम लोग, आप आगे भी जब करेंगे तब
Right.
ये इस क्वेश्चन के ऊपर थोड़ा सोच लेने का। बट सम रेडी आंसर्स कुड बी, एज Vrinda said, you're trying to become a perfectionist. So in your case also, you may be saying
Yes,
things have to
yes.
be in proper order.
In proper order.
When things are in proper order, what pleasure does it give you? Look at it this way.
Okay.
When the things are in proper order, what
Yes.
pleasure does it give you?
I feel nice. I feel organized, well
Organized.
organized.
In control.
Not in exactly in control, but I feel everything should be in a proper place, and I feel happy.
So you find pleasure in order.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
What you think is an order? Is it the universal order? Matlab, is it universally, can you say that that is a right order?
No, I cannot say that it is universally it is a right order.
I'm not trying to solve your problem. I'm just instigating you.
No, no, right, right.
तो यूनिवर्सल ऑर्डर में आपका घर सबसे ठीक ऑर्गेनाइज हो, ये यूनिवर्सल ऑर्डर में आता है कि नहीं आता है? आई डोंट नो. So anyway, that was just a open question distraction. But yes, by feeling in मेरे आसपास की जगह जो है, मेरे घर का, इसमें अस्मिता इन्वॉल्व है. You can see the clash completely.
Actually, now the problem is not only my house. I
Everything.
feel, I feel कि बाहर जा रही हूँ and I feel no, this is
Yeah,
not
yeah.
right.
Accept it.
और I sometimes I feel कि justice नहीं हो रहा है. That time also I get angry.
Correct.
Like
Correct.
that.
Your problem, I will, when we are taking up the solution, क्रिया योग हम लोग डिस्कस करने वाले हैं, तभी एक अच्छा याद दिलाना अगर मैं भूल गया तो.
Okay. Okay.
Because many times, we are, what we see, we look at the whole world through our eyes,
Our
and
eyes.
we have our own ideas about perfection.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
And we see everything in that order. But
Right.
maybe, that is not the universe's idea about perfection.
Perfect.
Okay. So we will deal with it. No problem. So, okay. So coming to the last question, can you visualize yourself without this problem? That means even if there is a disorder, even if there is things are not going properly, do you think you can be at peace with yourself even in that situation? Can
Yes,
you
I
imagine
can.
yourself? Can you imagine yourself?
Yes, I can imagine. I want to control all this, so
Correct.
I can imagine.
Good. That's very nice. I think all the three examples were fantastic. And now we have got the hang of what these questions are and how to pick up this question. I've given those questions to you. So how, whenever you are taking up questions, when a problem in your life, how to bring that problem in the surface. Okay. So by answering this question, it will be in the surface. Okay. Now we are going to go to the solution phase, solution mode. Problem तो हमने समझ लिया. Quite late. अभी 2.5 घंटा हो गया, आधा हो गया, तो अभी हम लोग solution के बारे में. But now we will be able to, because solutions are always, very simple solutions. And here also the solution is simple. It has to be simple, because if it is not simple, it will not be executable. Only thing is we have not hit upon that solution yet. Okay. तो सॉल्यूशन का स्ट्रेटेजी मैं आपको बताता हूँ. पतंजलि ने जो स्ट्रेटेजी बताया है वो मैं आपको बताता हूँ. ये मेरा सॉल्यूशन नहीं है, लेट मी डिक्लेयर, एंड दिस इज व्हाट इज गिवन इन द टेक्स्ट. ओनली थिंग व्हिच वी हैव डन in the institute is picked up the right things from the Patanjali Yoga Sutra and packaged them in such a way that a common man can understand and employ in his own life. Okay. तो ये हमने किया। तो पतंजलि इन द सेकेंड चैप्टर ऑफ साधन पाद, he has introduced one word which is called as kriya yoga. You know kriya yoga. What is the benefit of kriya yoga? टेस्ट नहीं ले रहा हूँ, भूल गए वाईपीआई करके बहुत टाइम हो गया। श्याम, टॉपर्स, यू आर ऑल टॉपर्स।
Cleansing of your physical
No,
nose.
no, that is the different thing. Kriya Yoga as per Patanjali is different, and the benefit of Kriya Yoga is the first benefit of that is Klesha Tanukaran. Klesh, that is a word which is given, Sanskrit word is Klesh Tanukaran. That means by doing Kriya Yoga, your force, क्लेश का फोर्स जो है वो कम हो जाएगा. Okay, now when the klesh becomes less, what it gives you is the power of the willpower to exercise your will at the right time. When I see the mango, let me go ahead. First of all, explain the example. I will have the will of not eating it at this time, not indulging in it just now. I will have the will of not trying to overwork and stop at the right time. I will have the will of not picking up the mobile every now and then to check what is happening and feel good about it. I will have the will of being okay with the disorder or whatever. If it is not there, according to my design of world, if it is not there, I will have the will to be okay. So the force which is taking me outward, which is taking me away, and which is taking me towards the problem, that force is going to become less. क्लेश तनुकरण का मतलब वो है. एंड क्लेश तनुकरण का सोल्यूशन देते समय पतंजलि ने वेरी क्लियरली स्टेप्स दिए हैं. उसने 3 स्टेप दिए हैं. टेल मी. तप, स्वाध्याय एंड ईश्वर प्रणिधान. तप, स्वाध्याय एंड ईश्वर प्रणिधान. Now in the context of this Sanskar Bhedan and our problems which we are discussing, I will give you the meaning of this thing. Tapa means to be. Tapa is these are all exercises. Tapa, Swadhyay, Ishwar Pranidhan, these are kind of techniques. Okay. And these techniques you can't do when the problem is there. You have to do it as a practice, as a daily practice. As a daily practice, you have to do this so that it is like digging the well beforehand. आप एक एसेट बना के रख रहे हैं. कैसे हम लोग एसेट बना के रखते हैं ना, बैंक में पैसा लगते हैं. क्यों रखते हैं? कि जब भी जरूरत पड़ेगा तभी खर्चा करेंगे. वैसे ये बैंक बना के रखा है ऑफ विल. उसको हम लोग डीप करेंगे, उसको भर के रखेंगे. वो क्रिया योग हर रोज करके 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 भर के रखेंगे, सो दैट वेन एवर इट इज रिक्वायर्ड दिस इज अवेलेबल टू अस. नेक्स्ट जो है वो हम लोग कल बात करने वाले हैं. आज हम लोग क्रिया योग करने वाले, आज प्रैक्टिस भी करेंगे. तो इन क्रिया योग तप, स्वाध्याय, ईश्वर प्रणिधान, दीज आर 3 थिंग्स. तप मीन्स टू बी पुट अप विथ पेन. तप इज द मीनिंग. तप का मीनिंग है ताप, यानी कि बाहर के ताप, जो ताप हो रहा है उससे हमको वो सहन शक्ति हमारे में डेवलप करना. टू स्टे अवे फ्रॉम प्लेजर एंड टू स्टे bearable, to bear the pain for some time. To stay away from pleasure and to bear the pain as an exercise. Only thing, तप करने के लिए हम लोग ऐसी ही चीज लेंगे जो हमारे इट इज नॉट गोइंग अगेंस्ट आवर फिजियोलॉजी, जो हमारे शरीर को तकलीफ नहीं देगी, ऐसी चीज हम लोग पिकअप करेंगे. लेकिन हमारे मन को तकलीफ देगा. तो हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, हम एक कांटा डेवलप कर रहे हैं. व्यास भाष्य टॉक्स इट अबाउट इट इन दिस वे. वी आर डेवलपिंग वन थॉर्न टू रिमूव अनदर थॉर्न. करते हैं ना हम लोग. हमारे जो डॉक्टर्स जो करते हैं वो वही है ना, सीजर्स, your औजार जो उनके रहते हैं, उससे क्या करते हैं, वो अंदर का जो अननेसेसरी मटेरियल उसको निकालते हैं या सेट राइट करते हैं, जो भी करते हैं, लेकिन उनके पास वो औजार होना जरूरी है। वैसे हमारा औजार है वो तप। तप से our mind will become sharp and will have the power to resolve that problem. Okay, so it's like developing the thought. वो कैसे करेंगे? फिजिकल लेवल में करते हैं, मेंटल लेवल में करते हैं, स्पीच लेवल में। फिजिकल लेवल मतलब फास्टिंग। Okay, those who are having problems related to eating and all, they can do fasting. Okay, but today we are going to do, there are other examples also. Okay, in the further discussions I will talk about more. In case of speech, it is maun. Maun as a tapa, not to speak for 1 hour, as a discipline. Okay, उससे आपका कुछ बिगड़ने वाला नहीं है, उसके जीभ जड़नार नहीं है, क्या बोलना विसरनार नहीं है, but it is going to cause pain to your mind. So what you are doing is you are developing that resilience to pain. And why do you want to develop that resilience to the pain? Because you want to create that cushion when you are in trouble. Why do you go there and indulge in that action? Because you are not able to bear that small level of displeasure or small level of pleasure which is attracting you. तो उसको डील करने के लिए हमारा कुआं हम लोग जरा खोद रहे हैं, okay? फोर्स कम करने के लिए। तो तप इज फर्स्ट थिंग। सेकेंड थिंग इज स्वाध्याय। स्वाध्याय मीन्स, स्वाध्याय इज you have to develop a better version of yourself. Okay, तो डेवलप बेटर वर्जन में पतंजलि ने तो ये बोला है कि हायर सेल्फ, योर ट्रू सेल्फ, ईश्वर, गॉड इज देयर विद इन अस ओनली. योर हाईएस्ट वर्जन इज द गॉड विद इन यू. ओके, बट यू हैव टू डेवलप योर ओन वर्जन. सो अगर आपको दिल्ली जाना है तो आप गाड़ी लेके चलेंगे तो दिल्ली की डायरेक्शन में ही जाएंगे ना. तो पहले कल्याण आएगा, नासिक आएगा, बड़ौदा आएगा, जो भी है, तो रास्ते में अलग अलग वर्जन्स आएंगे आपके खुद के. तो यू हैव टू क्लाइंब अप फ्रॉम वन वर्जन टू अदर वर्जन. यू हैव टू, बट फॉर दैट यू नीड टू ऑलवेज बी अवेयर ऑफ वेयर यू वांट टू गो. सो दैट स्वाध्याय इज स्व का अध्याय. स्व इज द ट्रू सेल्फ और हायर सेल्फ और ईश्वर. Have your eyes set on that direction. Set your direction on that. Whatever is going to develop your higher world. And third is, when you set your direction, Ishwar Pranidhan, your movement of going towards that higher self is going to be facilitated by Ishwar Pranidhan. जब आप सरेंडर करेंगे, अगर आप बोलेंगे कि मैं हूं वही सही है, मैं जो गलती कर रहा हूं लेकिन मैं ही सही हूं, अगर आप इस भावना में रहेंगे तो आप आगे नहीं बढ़ेंगे. तो you have to drop yourself and you have to, whatever your imaginary concept of higher self, true self, Ishwar is, to at least that you have to surrender. Surrender is not surrendering to your मंदिर God, या आपके घर में God है या कहीं और जाके आपको नहीं. No, no. It is to some concept called God, some concept called true self or higher self, जिसको सरेंडर कर, आपका सरेंडर होना इंपॉर्टेंट है, गॉड इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं. So when you surrender, your movement becomes faster. Your going towards your goal becomes faster, because what is stopping you from moving ahead to your better version is you yourself. So when you subdue yourself, you automatically will be going to the next level. Okay, so quickly we will have a small example of tapa. Okay, तप में दो तरीके से तप करते हैं हम लोग. एक है फिजिकल तप और एक थोड़ा सा एनर्जी लेवल तप करते हैं. तो पहला तप है कि पर्वतासन. तो ये तप आप अब लोग कल सुबह करने वाले हैं. आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर अ वीडियो विच यू विल फॉलो. बट अभी के लिए जस्ट समझने के लिए हम लोग उतना करेंगे. ओके, अभी रियल क्रिया योग नहीं होगा, बट जस्ट टू टीच यू. तो पर्वतासन में हमको बैठना है. मतलब यू सिट इन पर आइदर सुखासन और अर्ध पद्मासन, पद्मासन में बैठेंगे, बैठ जाइए, जो भी आपको सही लगे पोजीशन, कंफर्टेबल। अगर थोड़ा डिस्कम्फर्ट से आप पद्मासन में बैठ सकते हैं तो डिस्कम्फर्ट में बैठो, बिकॉज दिस इज नॉट आसन, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड। आसन के प्रिंसिपल यहाँ पे नहीं होते। आसन में अपने को शरीर को स्थिर करना है, सुखी करना है। यहाँ सुख की बात नहीं है, तप है। ओके, एंड नाउ वी आर गोइंग टू रेज आवर हैंड्स एंड sit in namaste position and stretch your arms up. In asan, what is going to happen is, asan you will make your body comfortable. प्रयत्न शैथिल्य करते हैं हम लोग, यहाँ पे प्रयत्न शैथिल्य नहीं करना है। यू हैव टू कीप पुलिंग, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling till it causes little discomfort to you. If it doesn't cause discomfort, go back a little bit, थोड़ा पुल बैक करो। With this little pain or discomfort, you are not going to develop any disease. You are not going to have any fracture or muscle pain or permanent nature. लेकिन ये पेन जो है ये आपको बेयर करना है 5 मिनट के लिए। Close your eyes and start looking at that pain, that discomfort. Don't make your position easy. Make your position as difficult as you can and start looking at that discomfort. जो दुख है, जो मिजरी है, उसको देखने की कोशिश करो। ये आपने खुद के ऊपर इम्पोज किया है। As time passes by, the pain may increase. But you are looking objectively at that pain or discomfort and bearing it. You don't want to make it less, because this is a tapa and it's not an asana. जितनी हद तक आप बेयर कर सकते हैं उतनी हद तक स्ट्रेच करना है। Okay, come down slowly. 5 minutes not yet completed, but I am closing early. This was just to give you a taste of that tapa. So some of you are not regular practitioners. You may face more problem. Some of you are regular practitioners. For you, it was not a very difficult thing. But ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि आपको अगर इजी लगा है तो इनफैक्ट आपका तप नहीं हुआ। अगर आपको डिफिकल्ट लगा तो आपका तप हुआ। There is growth when you have found it difficult. तब तभी हुआ है. ओके, इसलिए मैं आपको और एक छोटा सा एक्सरसाइज कराऊंगा तप का, रिलेटेड टू द ब्रेथ. ओके, all of you know what is anulom vilom. I am not going to do anulom vilom, but simple breathing. I am going to give you a breathing rhythm. उस breathing rhythm से आपको breathe करना. Nothing to write from that. तो breathe in 4 counts. Breathe out. Sorry, breathe in 4 counts. Hold 8 counts. Breathe out 8 counts. And breathe out के बाद में hold करना है 4 का. Okay? Start doing that. It's a simple 4-8-8-4 breathing. I have not told you Nadi Shodhan specifically because Nadi Shodhan will make the mind tranquil. Our idea here is not to make the mind tranquil. When you hold out breath for 4 counts, that is going to be the most difficult part. If you find it very easy, why I have chosen this? If you find it very easy, you can increase the count. 4 ka 5 karo. 5, 10, 10, 5. 6, 12, 12, 6. If you find this difficult, make it 3, 6, 6, 3. You have to find that discomfort. Feel that discomfort while your breath is out. When you do a kumbhak of breathing after breathing out.
Sir, can you repeat it once again?
Yeah, you breathe. Ratio is 1, 2, 2, 1. So count of breath should be 4, 8, 8, 4. That means 4 breathe in, 8 hold the breath, 8 breathe out, and 4 suspend the breath out, not to breathe again. All right. I think we can stop here. So what we are doing in tapa is we are training our mind to put up with internal pain or stay away from internal pleasure. And this is training because you are not actually in pain, but you are inducing yourself to pain and you are inducing yourself away from the pleasure. It's a training. So you know that it is not going to cause a pathological disturbance, but still you are doing it. Okay, to develop the inner resolve. तप इसके लिए अब स्वाध्याय दिल्ली के बारे में जानकारी लेनी है हमको तो फॉर स्वाध्याय द इजिएस्ट वे ऑफ स्वाध्याय is told by Vyas Bhashya to chant Om. Okay? Om chanting is the best way because Om is considered to be the Dilli. जो हायर सेल्फ है, जो ट्रू सेल्फ है, ईश्वर है, उसका स्वरूप ओम ही है. तो आप जितनी बार ओम का चैंट करेंगे, you will be closer to the higher self. Okay? So just now we are going to do only 11 chants of Om. In my video, there's a specific way in which Om has to be chanted that you will do tomorrow morning as a homework. Okay? It's a 25 to 30 minutes homework which you have to do tomorrow morning. Okay? अभी हम लोग ओम की प्रैक्टिस करेंगे आंख बंद करके. Try to keep the symbol of Om in front of your eyes. I'll give you that Om symbol. Second. उसको एक बार देख लेंगे फिर बाद में हम लोग ओम का जाप करेंगे. Are you able to see the Om?
Yes.
ओके. सो पहले एक दो तीन ओम आप आंख खुली रख के करेंगे. बाद में वाले जो ओम है आप आंख बंद करके उसी इमेज को अपने मेंटल स्क्रीन में डाल के करेंगे. सो सिट स्ट्रेट, both the hands on your knees, आंख खुली रख के try to observe this Om and we are going to chant Om. O थोड़ा सा छोटा रहेगा. It will come from your stomach and chest. Ma will come into your mouth and Ang will go up to your top of the head. And while doing that, keep transliterating or over this Om symbol. Take a deep breath in. Om. 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 Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So through this process of Swadhyaya, we have got the knowledge of, or we have got a realization of the self. We have become a little closer. Actually हमने प्रोसेस वर्जन ऑफ आवर हायर वर्जन की तरफ हमने थोड़ा सा ट्रैवल किया है। और अभी हम लोग जो करेंगे ईश्वर प्रणिधान, उसके लिए आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर विथ यू दिस मैसेज। उसको एक बार आप पढ़ लो। दिस इज द qualities of the self. It's on the WhatsApp group. Qualities of the true self. My true self is eternal. मेरा स्वरूप शाश्वत है। My true self is all pervasive. मेरा स्वरूप सर्वव्यापी है। Now these are the qualities which we would like to have in our own self. So when we are reading that, actually our journey towards that, these are the stations. I mean, this is the description of your Delhi. Okay. So my true self is full of bliss. मेरा स्वरूप आनंद से भरा है। And while you are reading this, try to now keep your problem in your mind. तो आपके प्रॉब्लम को रिजॉल्व करने वाला कौन सा क्वालिटी है ईश्वर का, जिससे आप जो इम्बाइब करने से आपका प्रॉब्लम खत्म हो जाए। तो माई ट्रू सेल्फ इज फुल ऑफ ब्लेसिंग्स। मेरा स्वरूप आशीर्वाद से भरा है। माई ट्रू सेल्फ नोज एवरीथिंग। मेरा स्वरूप सर्वज्ञ है। मे बी द डिसऑर्डर का जो प्रॉब्लम है उससे सर्वज्ञ क्लोज है, बट इट इज यू शुड फील दैट पर्सनली। मेरा माई ट्रू सेल्फ इज फुल ऑफ डिवाइन लव। मेरा स्वरूप दिव्य प्रेम से भरा है। मे बी योर आइडेंटिटी इश्यूज विल बी रिजॉल्व विद दिस। माई ट्रू सेल्फ इज एवर फॉरगिविंग। सदैव क्षमाशील है। माई ट्रू सेल्फ इज इमॉर्टल। मेरा स्वरूप अमर है। माई ट्रू सेल्फ इज फ्री फ्रॉम एनी बॉन्डेज। मेरा स्वरूप सारे बंधनों से मुक्त है। मे बी द मोबाइल एडिक्शन कैन बी रिलेटेड टू दिस। तो उस लेवल तक जाना जहां पे कोई बंधन से आप सारे बंधनों से मुक्त हो। माई ट्रू सेल्फ हैज इटर्नल विजडम। मेरे स्वरूप में शाश्वत ज्ञान है। माई ट्रू सेल्फ इज फुल ऑफ पीस। मेरा स्वरूप शांति से भरा है। माई ट्रू सेल्फ इज इन हार्मनी विथ ऑल। का मेरे स्वरूप का सभी के साथ सद्भाव है। माई ट्रू सेल्फ इज होल एंड कंप्लीट इन ऑल रिस्पेक्ट्स। मेरा स्वरूप सभी प्रकार से व्यापक और परिपूर्ण है। आई थिंक इवन द लास्ट वन इज गुड फॉर द आइडेंटिटी थिंग। मेरा स्वरूप सभी प्रकार से व्यापक और परिपूर्ण। एंड नाउ if you have come across the right sentence for you, which is suiting your problem, the Ishwar Pranidhan will start now. In this Ishwar Pranidhan, once again, I'll share with you the prayer which you have to say. I'm forwarding it again. Now this prayer has to be, you have to say this prayer with emotion, with passion, to your own self. मन में ही करना है ये prayer 3 बार. Okay? So I'm taking the example of blessings. English में ऐसा है, हे ईश्वर. You can say, if you are having problem in saying the word Ishwar, you can say, dear true self or higher self, you are full of blessings. तुम सर्वज्ञानी हो और सर्वव्यापी हो, जो भी है. My body, senses, mind and intellect are limited. ये common word है. You have to realize that your body, senses, mind and intellect are limited. I surrender to you completely. मैंने अपने आप को सरेंडर किया तो ही मैं मूव होने वाला हूं. तो आई सरेंडर टू यू कंप्लीटली. टू whom you are surrendering? To this Ishwar who is having all these qualities. I acknowledge your presence in me. मेरे में भी आप वही है. तो मेरे आपकी जो अच्छी क्वालिटी वो मेरे में भी है, लेकिन सुप्त अवस्था में अभी. So my body, senses, mind and intellect are now blessed. So you are kind of installing that higher version to your own self. ये prayer is an installation of higher version to your own self. तो एक बार ये आप prayer मन में देख के बोलिए 3 बार, 3 times. Hindi is okay, English is okay, whatever is suitable. But replace that you are full of blessings with the quality which is suitable for your problem. तो वो मैंने ब्रैकेट में डाला. 3 times, just say that prayer. You can enhance the effect of the prayer by keeping your hand on the heart. So that will give you that connect with your heart. Because this is a heart level thing. This is an emotion level thing. Understand and say that prayer. Okay. Okay, open your eyes. So this is the Kriya Yoga. This Kriya Yoga is a daily exercise. Is a daily exercise which you have to do. Why you want to do it? Because you want to dig the well and fill your well with water. आप अपने लिए रिसोर्स जमा कर रहे हैं. ये रिसोर्स जमा करने से आप कहीं भी उसको यूज कर सकते हैं. और कैसे यूज करना है, एट द स्पर ऑफ द मोमेंट व्हेन यू आर फेसिंग द प्रॉब्लम, कैसे यूज करना है, ये हम लोग कल देखेंगे. तो कल का एपिसोड मिस न करें. Okay, so this was the first day. Tomorrow we are going to learn a very special technique which is called as Sanskar Bhedan switch. It's a switch. So that's a 5-second switch. 5 second ka switch hai. At the spur of the moment when you are facing the problem, you have to activate that switch. That we will learn tomorrow. Okay. So see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Okay. If you have any questions, unfortunately, I don't have time just now. So you can put the questions on the group. We will answer it tomorrow. First thing, if you have any questions, we will answer that.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you,
See you
sir.
tomorrow. Same link tomorrow.
Okay, sir.